Here is the walk around video of the exterior on the R33 GTR. Let's just get an idea of the paint and body's condition. We'll go into the motor, interior, underbody, and a driving video after this part here. As you can see, this body is in very, very, very good shape. I haven't seen a single dent or ding on the body. The only thing that you have on this one would be rock chips, which is to be expected for its age. And then you have the typical wear on the front lip there. And there's a rock chip there, rock chip here, and a rock chip here, which is great. It's good signs. You can see here that there's original paint there. As you can see in that crack, the paint's a little bit darker there. It's just through the wear over the years. It's got a beautiful GTR end caps. Assuming this is the GTR carbon blade on there as well. This is not a V-spec to our knowledge, but it does have a sticker there. Nice rear spats. Side skirts look beautiful. Very, very good condition. And as you can see, it's on TE37s. These are brand new. The Brembos were taken off and painted. They look gorgeous as well with stainless steel brake lines. Nitto NT55 G2s. Even the rear brake calipers were taken off and repainted. And you see the stainless steel brake line back there. There is pride in ownership, as you can see on this vehicle. It's very clean. It's got Tomei Extreme TI catback exhaust. There's Tomei equal length downpipe, Tomei titanium test pipe. So pretty much the whole exhaust is Tomei, and it sounds pretty incredible. So let's go into the engine. As you can see, the engine is beyond clean. The throttle body here was all repainted when it was taken off to do all the gaskets. I'll go through the list of modifications done. We'll start with the ECU. It's on a Link G4 ECU, Link wideband, and Link MAC valve. Bosch fast response intake air temperature sensor, Tomei exhaust as stated, exhaust all the way through. Blitz 100mm front mount intercooler, Nismo oil filter, brand new Motul 300V 10 weight 60 oil, Nismo radiator cap, OEM overflow tank, OEM washer bottle, OEM coolant flush, coil aluminum radiator, OEM belts were replaced with OEM parts. The OEM upper and lower radiator hoses were replaced as well when the intake manifold was taken out. Nismo low temp thermostat, Greddy oil filter relocation kit, which we'll be able to see down below. You can't see it, but the plate's down there. Let's see, wiring specialties, fuel pump, hardware relay kit. The OEM air filter was replaced with OEM parts. All water vacuum and fuel hoses underneath and around the intake manifold have been replaced when the intake manifold gasket job was done. Not sure if you guys know what that is, but that intake manifold gasket is like a 10-hour job. And it was replaced with HKS metal intake plenum collector and manifold gaskets. It has wiring specialties, PRP R35 OEM coil pack kit with smart harness. And it was replaced with NGK BKR6eix-11 plugs. So even the engine on this and all the fluids you can see is just very, very well maintained. There's no rust, super, super clean. A very, very good example of a GTR. As you can see, it's got adjustable coilovers with damper control as well. Those are Silver's Neo Max coilovers. Brand new OEM front right CV axle. The boot was torn, so it just got replaced. With the wheels, it has Nismo lug nuts as well, which I forgot to mention there. bless me. And the Nismo has a Nismo clutch slave cylinder and Nismo stainless steel slave cylinder line. So even all the way underneath the vehicle as well has been taken care of. So let's jump into the interior next. The interior, as you would expect, is immaculate as well. Sneak a peek here behind the seat. Very, very beautiful. That right there is just a little bit of dust. It's hard when these doors are open to not get dust in here. But it does have a Momo Monte Carlo leather steering wheel, Works bell quick release, Nismo shift knob, and aftermarket head unit. It does have the OEM floor mat still in beautiful condition. The OEM GTR key. Tons of maintenance records here. There's an ungodly amount of paperwork here. Sorry about that. Here's the gauges. All in beautiful condition, all work. And the gauge cluster there. Show the miles. Sorry for going sideways. 128,163 kilometers. The headliner is in beautiful condition, as you'd expect as well. Just true pride and ownership on this vehicle. And these seats, I haven't seen this on a GTR, but the purple stitch looks beautiful. Gorgeous. Even the seat belts, as you can see, are in nice condition. Here is the trunk area. As white cars are, it's hard to keep this stuff clean. It looks like this was resealed, which is great. That's a common problem, to have leaks in those areas. The trunk just has tiny little stains here and there. A nice little strut brace here in the rear. Let's look underneath now. Spare area is super clean. See, no water's pooling, no rust down there. It's all in beautiful shape. And I thought this was always cool. Not sure if you guys have seen these on Skylines, but there's your key access to the trunk. Okay, and for the cold start, this is the exhaust manifold down here. My hand is on it to show that this is in fact a true cold start. So we don't like to lie about our cold starts. And if that was warmed up already, that would be way too hot to put my hand on. Okay. Now I'll take the microphone off and place it here to get the exhaust note. Don't mind my socks. It gets really squeaky on this floor with regular shoes. As you can hear, this thing is just a beast. We did have to jump it, which is totally okay. It sat for a while, but starts up just fine by itself. Gosh, she sounds great. As you can hear from the engine, there's no ticking, no knocks, no weird, funny business. All you hear there, all you hear there is just the injectors doing their thing. Super healthy engine. As you can hear, this exhaust is just gnarly. Such a crazy sounding R33 GTR. Sorry, I had the mic super close to my mouth. This car demands attention. She is loud. But as you can hear from the engine, there's no knocking, no ticking. All you hear here is the injectors. She's beautiful. Here's the driving video. She sounds incredible. And we're just driving through a 35-mile-an-hour residential area here, so we'll go through country roads here, be nice and bumpy. Let me roll up the windows here. It's nice and bumpy, so we'll test out suspension, see if there's any issues there with the suspension or bushings, things of that nature. So here we are, 5th gear, just cruising. This is about almost 90 kilometers an hour. Here's a big bump here. Yeah, no problem. This suspension is amazing on this. Letting go, drive straight. These roads are naturally angled, I guess you could say. So I'll do an alignment test on the highway. All right, here we are. Gonna get on the highway, do a nice pull through the gears. Brakes are beautiful. They work almost too well. They are pretty aggressive. As you can see, she pulls wonderfully. The only thing I noticed is that it might need a slight retune. This came from Arizona, so I don't think it's used to sea level conditions as we are here in Washington State. So if it's staying local to Washington State, highly recommend getting a retune. But if it's going back down to the southern states, it might be all right. Also, one last thing. I've had a couple R33 GTR or R32 GTRs lately, and it feels like this thing is conservatively tuned. So there's a lot more room for improvement if boosting up the numbers is important to you. If you want more power out of this vehicle, it's ready to deliver. All right, now we'll do some underbody here. Yeah, that exhaust is beautiful. Anyways, the Hikes 4-wheel steer is still intact, which is awesome. There's no rust. Doesn't look like anything was resprayed down here. Looks like it's got the factory preventative rust coating. Let's check the sides here. Sorry for the video going sideways, but it's what I got. So I'll do the best I can. Pinch welds still look great. There's no rust in there. They're bent slightly, which is to be expected over the years of jacking up a car, but the exhaust is full, as you can see there. Just the tiniest little bit of surface rust on the pinch weld there. Again, it's in great shape. Okay, let's do the front. Get the light under there. Yeah, this is in amazing shape. There's no pooling of fluids. This car sat here for, I don't know, about a week and a half now without being moved. Yeah, it looks incredible. And I'll show the other side. Tires are in beautiful shape as well. Same here, just a little bit of surface rust here. Everything else looks great. surface rust here. That's just bent a little bit from someone jacking it up improperly. And everything else looks, let me get the light, sorry. Looks amazing. Yeah, this is in really, really good shape.